Warning: this video contains real audio of plane crashes, so some viewers may find it disturbing, but if you're brave enough to watch, then make sure you have tissues close by, because this is 5 heartbreaking last words of pilots caught on tape. Number 5. Jane Dornacher's helicopter crash. Jane Dornacher was an American rock musician turned traffic reporter. She worked for WNBC 660 AM radio in New York City. While she was working there, she was involved in 2 helicopter crashes. She survived the first crash, but was killed in the second crash, in which the helicopter collided into the Hudson River. On October 22, 1986, Jane was given a live traffic report from one of the news helicopters during the Joey Reynolds show on WNBC radio. At 4:44 PM, the helicopter she was in plunged into the Hudson River from an altitude of 75 feet. The helicopter nosedived and struck the top of a fence at a river pier and then crashed into the Hudson River and sunk 20 feet. She was trapped underwater for 15 minutes and died on her way to the hospital. An investigation was performed on the helicopter to see what caused it to crash. It was found out that the sprag clutch that was installed on the helicopter was not the right type for the model of the helicopter. It led to a mid-air seizure of the rotor blades, causing the helicopter to fall. Shortly before she died, her husband died, so her death led to the orphaning of their 16-year-old daughter. After she died, her daughter Naomi received $325,000 in a settlement with the owner of Spectrum Helicopters. All New York stations grounded their traffic helicopters for a few days after the accident. Although Jane wasn't the pilot, her last words are hard to listen to. This is the audio of the helicopter crash.
Fire at Hudson and Canal Street. It has been cleared about heading to New Jersey. The outbound Lincoln Tunnel looks a lot better for you in New Jersey. Get the water! Get the water! Get the water!
Okay, we're going to play some music here, I think. Find out what's going on with the helicopter.
Number 4. Adam Air Flight 574. Adam Air Flight 574 was a scheduled domestic passenger flight operated by Adam Air. On the 1st of January 2007, it crashed into the Makassar Strait near Polwali in Sulawesi. All 102 people on board died. It is the highest death toll of any aviation incident involving a Boeing 737. It was also the 3rd deadliest aviation incident in 2007. A full national investigation was immediately launched into the disaster. The final report was released on March 25, 2008. It concluded that the pilots lost control of the aircraft after they became preoccupied with troubleshooting the navigation system and inadvertently disconnected the autopilot. The crash led to Adam Air being banned from flying by the Indonesian government, which led to them going bankrupt. It also made the United States downgrade its safety rating of Indonesian aviation. The captain was 47-year-old Refri Widodo, and the first officer was 36-year-old Yoga Sasanto. Here are their last words. I've managed to translate them for you.
Jangan dibelokin nih, kita kayak begini. Captain. Halo, Cap. Ya. Allahu Akbar.
Number 3. Air Florida Flight 90. Air Florida Flight 90 was a scheduled US domestic passenger flight from Washington National Airport to Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, with an intermediate stopover at the Tampa International Airport. On January 13, 1982, The Boeing 737 crashed into the 14th Street Bridge over the Potomac River. The plane hit the 14th Street Bridge, which carries Interstate 395 between Washington, D.C. and Arlington County, Virginia. It crushed 7 occupied vehicles on the bridge and destroyed 97 feet of guardrail and then fell into the icy river below. 78 people were killed, including 4 people on the ground. There were 5 survivors. It was determined that the cause of the accident was a pilot error. The pilots failed to switch on the engine's internal ice protection systems, used reversed thrust in a snowstorm prior to takeoff, and failed to abort the takeoff even after detecting a power problem. The pilot was 34-year-old Captain Larry Wheaton, and the co-pilot was 31-year-old Roger Petit. Here are their last words.
We only got 5 minutes. Forward. Forward. That's the early climb. We're going down there.
Number 2. Japan Airlines Flight 123. Japan Airlines Flight 123 was a scheduled domestic Japan Airlines passenger flight from Haneda Airport to Osaka International Airport. On Monday, August 12, 1985, the Boeing 747 suffered explosive decompression 12 minutes into the flight. 32 minutes later, it crashed into a mountain. 520 people died and 4 people survived. The survivors were a 26-year-old off-duty flight attendant, a 34-year-old woman and her 8-year-old daughter, and a 12-year-old girl. It is the deadliest single aircraft accident in history, the deadliest aviation accident in Japan, and the second deadliest Boeing 747 accident. The official cause of the crash reports that the aircraft was involved in a tail strike incident 7 years earlier, which damaged the aircraft's rear pressure bulkhead and was not repaired correctly. During the flight, the bulkhead gave way, resulting in explosive decompression, which disabled the aircraft's flight controls, making the plane become uncontrollable. The pilot was 49-year-old Captain Masami Takama, and the co-pilot was 39-year-old First Officer Yutaka Sasaki. Here are their last words. I've also translated this one for you. Number 1. Western Airlines Flight 2605. Western Airlines Flight 2605 was an international scheduled passenger flight from Los Angeles to Mexico City. On October 31st, 1979, the McDonnell Douglas DC-10 aircraft used for the flight crashed. It crashed at Mexico City's Benito Juarez International Airport in early morning after landing on a runway closed for maintenance. The aircraft's right main landing gear collided with a parked truck. It then broke off and collided with the right tailplane and elevator. The aircraft then banked to the right until the left wing struck an excavator. The plane then hit a building and caught on fire. 73 people died, including 1 person on the ground. The cause of the crash was determined as pilot error and runway confusion. Here are the pilot's last words as they realized they were about to die. This video was a hard one to get through, but if you made it this far then thanks for watching. Be sure to leave this video a like and subscribe to keep updated with our videos. Goodbye.